Welcome to one more BTC Lab. In this episode, we will examine some tricks that can make your frame composition more appealing to the audience. Isn't that what we really want to achieve at the end when we make a video? We will examine 5+1 tips that by paying attention to them, you will increase the influence of the story you choose for the video or a photo. Composition is about making a frame tell a visual story, to deliver a message to our audience. Therefore, it starts from a simple frame or else a picture that later develops to a shot, which is multiple frames. Okay, let's go now straight to these 5+1 tips. Tip number 1. Center of attention. Each image should have only one center of attention. By center of attention, we mean that if someone sees a photo of your shot, we'll be able to say, this is a shot of a guy playing guitar, or this is a shot of a beer. Unlike this, you cannot really say what these images or shots are, but more likely a photo of many things together. Conclusion: taking care successfully of the center of attention in every frame supports us to answer the question, what I want to show in this scene is, and it conveys easier our message to the audience. Tip number 2. Rule of thirds or golden section. This rule, or let's better call it a tip, is about these lines you might have seen when you hand a camera, like these lines. We suggest to place your center of attention in one of these 4 junctions of the lines. Also, you can use these lines to place the horizon or lines available in your frame. Using these lines or junctions, you get an add-on on your frame. This is happening because the eye reads pictures following this Z direction. Let's have a look on some examples. Here the subject is in the middle of the frame. It is a nice shot, still there is some unused space behind her. Here is the person on the right side of the frame. Now the unused space is eliminated and she is filling the whole space in front of her. Somehow there is a depth in this conversation, filled by her eyesight and her voice. Of course, placing her on the left line will only lead to one question. What is all this space behind her? And that there is more happening on her left side that we cannot see. Most of the interviews follow this rule by putting the person in the left or on the right line, depending on where the person is looking. Now, when it gets to horizon, make a clear choice. Do you want to emphasize on the sky or on the land? Also, do not cut the subject if it is an actor on the neck or waist or knees. It's like seeing this. Imagine now how we can improve the quality of our typical holiday photos by putting our favorite family members or friends on the line and not in the middle. So, search your camera settings and enable the grid mode. Believe me, it's not there to annoy you, it's there to assist you. And if your camera doesn't have, make sure you fix one for yourself with some tape, a transparent layer and a smartphone with a marker. Tip number 3. Color and mass balance. And yes, life is all about balance. Do you think that filmmaking wouldn't be affected by that? While framing your shot or image, you should seek for balance, for visual balance. Each element you choose to add on your shot has a visual weight. This is not necessarily similar with the physical weight. It also depends from the color or the mass, or the distance that it has from the camera. When it gets to colors, the brighter the color, the more visual weight our element has, or the opposite. See? Getting color balance is basically a mathematical equation, but let's don't go there. When it gets to mass, things are way easier because you cannot hide mass. And the more percentage of frame your element is taking, the greater the mass. But how to work practically and fix the balance? Let's think that there is a seesaw under the frame that we shot. Is it now balanced? Bright colors outstand. How about now? Here, is it now balanced? Bigger mass outstands. Let's play with the distance. How about now? Or even now? Now, let's get a complicated example. It is obviously not balanced, right? How about playing with distance to make the color lighter? Or even this. Tip number 4. Leading lines. Have you ever thought how important lines can be when you compose an image? Most likely, in every composition you have elements that create lines. These elements can be horizon, building lines, roads, even the landscape itself, or imaginary lines created by the elements of your composition. Now, the good thing is that you can play with these lines. And we don't mean that you can bend the building, but you can choose the angle you will shoot it. And as we saw in previous lab, by changing the angle, you can make things look more dominant or less important. The same with the lines. If you want to have a look on the previous episode, click up here. As a general rule, keep in mind that vertical lines represent usually dignity, sovereignty, respect, power, upliftment. If they are also symmetric, they represent stability, loneliness, even depression. Horizontal lines represent peace, tranquility, confidence. When the lines are diagonal, as we saw in a previous video, they represent motion, action, conflict, and restlessness. Tip Number 5. Multiple elements. And it is basically when we take a shot with a frame within a frame, or we choose to play with multiple elements as we play with a focal length. This is my favorite tip, because since I remember myself taking photos, I always like to combine two different ones. This tip is a stylistic feature that gives an add-on for your shots by combining two different elements in one. This composition technique gives depth, dimension, and it creates two or more viewing places within a shot. You can always find several ways to play with a frame within a frame technique and create many results by transforming possible space limitations to opportunities. For example, these branches were an obstacle. Now we use them to give depth to this shot. Tip number 6. Forget all the previous tips. There are no tips. If it feels good, it's good. If for any communication need you cannot or you do not want to follow these 5 secrets, just don't do it. I mean it, don't do it. Just make sure that you know the reasons that you break the previous tips. And don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you like this. I will also give you some good excuses to break the previous rules. Excuse number 1, aesthetics. When the image is beautiful because of composition, light, etc. No grid, no center of attention, no balance, nothing here. Excuse number 2, information. When the image gives information about something or someone, for example, signs, roadmaps, banners, information in general. Excuse number 3, emotions. When the figure shows strong and universal emotions like anger, fear, happiness, sadness, surprise, disgust, feelings anyhow overrule guidelines, aren't they? Excuse number 4, symbolic, where an image uses symbols to show something else like religious symbols, logos, or even symbolic landmark. Well, these were the 5+1 tips for better image composition. Keep in mind that if you shoot for a movie, there are many more elements that you can manipulate the viewer's eye for your favor. You can use transitions, you can use music, pace, and other things that you can influence the result. To conclude, if you search furthermore, or if you already know, you will realize that there are numerous more aspects to look through when you compose an image that are coming from all sorts of sciences, or even not, from the Fibonacci sequence till Socrates' philosophical questionings about life. We don't go there. What we want with this video and with BTC Labs in general is that you grab a camera or even your phone, stand up from your couch, break it preferably, go out and start filming. This is also what we did 7 months ago, and we started with this series. And since then, every month we deliver a new media skills video. Thank you for watching one more BTC Lab. You can see the previous BTC Labs here. If you like this video, click like. If you dislike it, click dislike. If you feel neither of these, leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. We would highly appreciate that, and see you in the next BTC Lab. Bye! Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm preparing the next one. It's about lighting. Sorry, I'm preparing the next one.
If you dislike this video, press dislike. If you have any further things, comment, and we go home. Cut it.